pandemic first started.
Yep.
How the airline industry was dead for the next decade.
Yep.
I mean, the articles were out there that we're not going to need new pilots. We're not going to need airplanes. The airplanes are going to be empty for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Yep.
Boy, did that change quick.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm with Adam Valencic, founder and president of First Landings Aviation. Also happens to be the only sponsor of this channel, so I really appreciate it.
Happy to be back, and I like the new digs. It's looking good.
Man. I stole some of your signs, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're some of my favorite.
But they look great. So first off, I appreciate you letting us polish the place up a little bit and have a bit more of a steady place to do our recording. Today, let's jump right into it. Why is now the perfect time to become an airline pilot?
Well, let's look at the antithesis, right? What's everybody saying online right now?
Oh, don't do it. It's a terrible time to get training. You can't, it's a smorgasbord.
Right, everybody's talking about it. Oh, the airlines are never going to hire again. Yep. It's done. This whole pilot hiring wave is over, and oh, woe's me. It's like the industry's dead. Yeah, I mean, come on. We're going to be flying airlines for a long time.
Yep.
And for the foreseeable future, I don't see them taking pilots out of the cockpit, right? I know you've got the Autoland features and stuff now, but
even that's
right? Cirrus, who is it? Cirrus and Piper?
Cirrus has got it. Piper's got it. I think they're starting to look at it for Pilatus as well.
Yeah,
maybe. But that scares the hell out of me, dude.
But in no short time are they taking pilots out of the cockpit. So is now a great time to start your flight training to become a pilot? I would say, yeah.
I think, so if you look, we always see this, well, you say it, right? It's cyclical.
It is. I've been doing this since 2009.
Yep.
What was the industry like in 2009?
It was a total
train
wreck.
Bad. Yep.
It was a nightmare.
I had instructors coming to work for me that were at the airlines that got furloughed. I mean, guys that were making 150, 200,000 a year coming out of work for. Back then, it was barely paying $20 an hour.
Yeah.
So, yes, the airline industry is cyclical. Pilot hiring is cyclical. It's the ups and downs, no pun intended. But so right now, honestly, it's not even that bad. If you really go back and look over the last 20 years, the airlines are still hiring. They're just not hiring at the pace they were in 22, 23, where at that point they were taking anybody who could breathe. Right? If you had a pilot certificate and could breathe, they were, come on in. We need you.
And if you look, it's kind of interesting because some of it's, I'd say a lot of it is related to equipment, right? Boeing really slowed the hell out of all of their manufacturing.
Well, I think up until recently, the 737 wasn't even being produced. I think I just saw it back up to like 28 a month or so that they're going to push out.
That's good news.
Which in the peak was over 30, 35, something like that. So, yeah, I think as production's ramping back up, plane deliveries will ramp up. We're going to see more hiring take place. So, it's cyclical. And what are the other benefits right now? If everybody's saying now's not the time to learn, that means flight schools are probably seeing a drop off. I've certainly seen some of the competitors flying less.
Yep.
So for students, what's that do? That allows you to kind of get in the prime spots to book for flights, right?
Yep.
Everybody wants that 8 a.m. morning spot.
Yep.
But when you've got a line of students waiting to fly, and you're stuck at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it's hot and thunderstorms, and
well, you just introduced that new 6 a.m. till 8 a.m.
thing,
right? So you've got a little bit of different pricing throughout the day.
Yep.
And I constantly see people flying. At those times now, it's like, 6 a.m. Nobody else is flying, and the weather's beautiful.
It's not 95 degrees and 100% humidity.
Sign me up. I'll take it. And then the flyouts and everything. I look at it. I think it's an amazing time to be doing it.
And also look at how long is it until you can actually get hired at the airlines, right? I mean, it's at minimum an 18-month process.
Yep.
And that's you nail all your ratings, get all your certificates done inside of 4 or 5 months, which that's hard by itself. And then you've got to get to 1,500 hours.
Yep.
So you're either freight dogging it, flying a 135, finding some 91 operation, or you're flight instructing.
Yep.
And then when you get to 1,500, you're finally eligible to be hired. So you're 18 to 24 months at a minimum.
Yep.
Who knows what the industry is going to look like 2 years from now?
Yeah.
So
as it stands right now, I think I was talking to Jim, and he was kind of saying probably the new norm right now is 21 to 2200 hours to really kind of be looked at. And
Makes sense.
you know, that they can be a little bit more selective right now, right? But inside of 2 years, with the way that it's going, projected retirements and, you know, all the rest of the little bits of just people attritioning out, I think it's going to go absolutely insane again. People are saying,
Sure.
oh, yeah, you know, we're pre-pandemic numbers again. Right. But it only took the pandemic to throw everything into turmoil.
Yeah.
And I say only took.
I mean, that was a pretty big thing.
Yeah, it was kind of a big thing. But it absolutely wrecked the industry because now you had to fill the seats. And it's a lot of, I think we've got some really
to that
cool things
point,
to say.
boy, if you go back, I remember, you know, when the pandemic first started,
Yep.
how the airline industry was dead for the next decade.
Yep.
I mean, the articles were out there that we're not going to need new pilots. We're not going to need airplanes. The airplanes are going to be empty for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Yep.
Boy, did that change quick.
Funnily enough, you know, we suddenly needed, you know, whatever it was. I can't even remember what the number was that was hired during, you know, the immediately post-pandemic. It was a shockingly high number.
Yeah.
Because now all the schools, well, you can tell it, that there wasn't any CFIs. You were
No,
actually
oh my
having
gosh,
to,
yeah.
you were
It was
having
hard to find
train up-
CFIs.
Yep, train up CFIs or find the right applicant.
Yep.
And that was kind of a challenge, right? And then now it's like, oh yeah, you can hire your own, right? You can hire the people that you have bought through your program, flying your planes. They know basically how the business works, especially from your business, your actual company. They know who the players are, you know, I mean, really, you and Pete, right? And they get to learn from people that have got 2-3 years at the school.
Exactly.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. The building blocks are there where it could be absolutely great for, you know, for the right people that want to come in and start flight training right now. And then you just did an announcement for scholarships, right?
Yeah, we did on the First Landings Aviation channel.
Okay.
So yeah, it's our like annual summer scholarship for 2025.
Yep.
Which we've actually doubled in size over what we've previously done. So it's $50,000 in total we're going to be giving out
Dang.
over the next couple months.
Can I get in on some of that?
I don't know what rate are you working on.
Instrument. For the last,
You might
like,
be
5
eligible.
years.
You got to check the terms and conditions. I think being affiliated,
probably
as a,
ruins
you know, since we're a sponsor, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, we'll probably have to stay away from that one. But dang, $50,000.
$50,000.
Yeah, and I know you've been doing it for what, 5 years now?
No, longer than the first year we did it was about 2016. So
Okay.
what is that? It's going on 9 years.
Yeah, 9 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
our
remember-
first crew was a whole group of high school students.
Yeah.
Dave Cohn was our chief ground instructor back then, and he had a group of high school students in his aviation class.
That's the second time this week that Dave's name has come up.
Really?
I should reach out to him and see if I can get him on for an episode.
That would be good, yeah.
He was the one
Yeah.
who got me through my my ground school in Written.
What, back about,
Yeah, it was
what
the-
year was that?
2019.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe 2018.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's back in the old days. I mean, Lisa was here. Jose was here. Like the old guard was still here.
Old crew,
So,
yeah.
But yeah, so $50,000. Well, tell it, just share it with everyone. Where can they go to be able to get?
Well, let's make
entered?
sure you put a link up in this video for
That's
it.
you, Derek. As I normally say, he'll put it around here somewhere.
Somewhere.
Okay?
Yeah, no, we'll get a link up, and you know, there'll be a list of requirements that they've got to do. We're looking for, you know, why do they want to be a pilot?
Yeah.
You know, if they're going to use a scholarship towards their private pilot, you know, tell us your story.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, we want to foster aviation for those that, you know, love it. So yeah, I mean, we want to help as many people as we can earn their wings, right?
I think that's absolutely awesome, right? So first off, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to come here to do the training.
Ideally, yeah, that's the plan.
That would be good.
I mean, we're good at it, so
Yeah. So they're flying amazing aircraft. I mean, the Piper. I
mean, our oldest one now is only 3 years old.
Yep.
So
I
and
fell
we're-
in love with it the first time I saw it. So I'm like, I mean, I did all my training in Old
Well,
Warrior.
and look at, you know, let me just talk about how it's equipped, right, with the G3X Touch.
Right.
compared to like a brand new Archer,
Mm-hmm.
those are coming with G1000s. And if you've ever used a G1000 versus a G3X Touch, I mean, big difference, right? That G3X
massive.
Touch is just intuitive,
Yeah.
easy to use, touchscreen. I mean, just point and click.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I did whatever it is. I think it's like 50 hours in the series. And that was an interesting bird all in its own right. You know, you've got a GFC 500 down there, but you've still got a lot of other stuff going on inside of there. And the G1000 just absolutely it just didn't really get me. And I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I've got big nubs, and those little buttons, especially for the autopilot system, was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
So
No, and with all that advanced avionics and autopilot and everything, right? It's preparing them to go for the airlines.
Yep.
So I mean, you might as well start your training and what you're going to be sitting in 2-3 years from now, right?
Yeah. Well, the G3X Touch, obviously I've got a little bit of time now playing with it, and I'm like, that you hit the nail on the head. It's so much more intuitive, right? Great big buttons, and I've got big old paws, right?
I think actually what is it? It's only like 3 buttons.
Yeah,
everything
but
else
I'm
is
talking
the touch
about
screen.
on the screen.
Well,
That's the kicker, is that I can just go ahead and touch it, and my fingerprint doesn't lapse over into something else.
Right.
So virtual buttons, touch screen, right? So
Not the soft keys.
when I go in there, it's like I can't overpress,
Right.
which has always been one of my problems, especially when the old Piper Warriors that I was flying when I did my initial training. I mean, those things, that was as analog gets just to start with. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, these planes are absolutely amazing. So they're coming to a great school with an airport that you're basically getting up in the air inside of 7 minutes ish from startup.
Yeah, and that's a long run up.
Yeah. Okay. So 7 minutes ish. Probably more like
A 0.1, right? Like what we like to call a tenth.
a nice tenth. Okay. So you're not having to deal with control tower and everybody from, L3 or ATP or, any of those guys suddenly just.
Yeah, anybody that's based
descending-
at Sanford or
descending
executive.
on the pattern and just destroying what could be a good lesson. Right.
Right.
And you're not having to deal with any landing fees, which.
No.
We will be doing another episode on here soon. We had a good meeting yesterday with somebody that we're hoping to try to help affect some change.
Well, I think we're going to
inside
get
of
him
that.
on the channel, right?
Yes. So we will see. And then we've got Adam as well, the other Adam. That was willing to come on
That's
and
an
talk
exciting
about his little incident.
His
with
swim.
It. Yeah.
He went for a swim. Yeah,
And he was swimming for like 30 minutes, wasn't he?
it might have been longer than that. 45 or so till the sheriff picked him up. Yeah.
And then he got picked up by the deputy sheriff. So, but that'll be an interesting one coming very, very soon. So, is there anything else that you want to touch on inside of the?
No, I mean start if you want to be a pilot. You've got that drive and want. I think any time is a good time to start. Don't wait, right? Because eventually you're going to hit that 65-year age limit.
Yeah.
So the guys that want, if you're late in your career looking to make a career change, you don't want to wait too long. But I've even had guys I've read online at the age of 45 asking, "Hey, is it too late?" And I'd say no.
I'm 44, dude. Calm down. Slow down.
Well, I'm almost 40. I'm about to cross that. But no, even then, I mean, start because on the outside, you're probably 4 or 5 years from getting to a regional, the airlines where you want to be, or who knows? There's so many other options too, right? Corporate flying. I mean, you got flex jets, nets jets, and those are places you could be at for an entire career and make a solid living. I mean, you don't have to go only to the airlines.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of different options to go to. Speaking of options for aviation, I was talking to somebody the other night, Jess, Daniel's friend. She's willing to come in, and Daniel is, funnily enough, as flight attendants that are making the jump from the one side of the cockpit door to the other side.
Well, there you go.
So they're going to. I think I'm going to.
If that doesn't tell you it's a good time to start, I don't know what will.
Well, that's it. And she actually said it. She was like, every single captain that I speak to is getting close to retirement age.
Yeah.
So I'm like, And she's with a pretty well-known airline, so.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, well.
I can't wait to see their episode.
Yeah, I'll be seeing if I can get that on for both of them, and we'll get an interview going pretty quick, so.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it as
Yeah,
always.
no, thank you.
Everyone else, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.